can see. So for some of you, I'm sure this will be the first time you're hearing about it. And for some people, this may be new. So let's start with this. And I'm just going to put this view here. This is Central Celebration. In fact, this is Water Street and Market Street. These are the main central streets in Celebration. This is a area, this is a development that was developed by a subsidiary of Disney called the Celebration Company, okay? It was called the Celebration Company. I'm going to use the slang TCC. So when I say TCC, that's the Celebration Company, and TCC is Disney. So when I say TCC, I mean Disney, and I may use those words interchangeable, right? I may say TCC, Disney, it's the same thing, okay? So get no confusion there. Now, this was a planned community that Eisner pushed, correct. Eisner did push that. Thank you, reply by mail. Very good comment here from member. Disney pushed this community. Eisner pushed this community. This implements the elements of new urbanism. And it was made for people who want to live near Disney and also for former employees who really just love Disney and have deep connections there. The prices in Celebration are so high that most, unless you're a C-suite executive or like middle management or pretty high up, you cannot afford to live in Celebration. I thought about renting an apartment there, and if I was going to buy an apartment, it would have been about between $1.500 and $2,000 a month. Is that affordable for most Americans? No, it's not. Maybe if they're spending all their money, but most people can't afford $2,000 a month for an apartment, for just like a single bedroom apartment. And they're nice, but it's a lot of money. Whoever it's your current rent, I get it. But these aren't giant places. They're kind of small spots. And by the way, this was the rent 5-6 years ago. I remember I left before Corona, or I left during Corona, so I haven't been in post-Corona Celebration. So I don't know what the prices would have been afterwards. And I'm sure they've gone up. Now, I want to say something really quick. So I represented Celebration, and I have nothing bad to say about the people that run Celebration, okay? I have nothing but positive experiences with my personal interaction with Celebration. I worked with the CDD, the Community Development District, which is the government there. The district manager, Gary Moyer, is a great, smart guy, hyper intelligent, knows all the history, very well written. He's a manager of managers, great guy, keeps the books clean. I even had a good relationship with the people at CROA, which is their homeowners association. I respect them as well. And all of the board members of the boards, whether it was the special district there, which is separate from Reedy Creek, it's the Celebration CDD. I'm going to say that separately, and I'm going to say it a lot. They are a separate government. I'll explain why in a second. But they were smart, nice, well-educated people, extremely hyper-intelligent. I loved going to their meetings. I loved talking to them. They were a breeze to deal with. Now, a lot of people would come into the meetings, and like any government, they complain about the hedges, about the sidewalks, about the cypress trees, all that sorts of stuff, the garbage pickup, the street sweeping. There's obviously complaints, but this is an A-plus community for Central Florida standards. Now, that being said, this is a community that some people take issue with. Some people say it's very like Stepford Wives looking, right? Like it's too planned for them. They don't like it because it's too planned. It has a lot of speed bumps, right? It's kind of the slow speed limits. It's got 4-lane roads that have a speed limit of 35 miles an hour. So that's one thing. By the way, people talk about crime. The biggest crimes were theft. It was not violent crimes, it was theft. Particularly, there were these gangs of people from Central America that were breaking into wealthy homes while people were away. They would break in during the day when you left and take all your stuff, wipe you out. Those were the biggest crimes in Celebration. But that's kind of rich people crimes, right? That's nice people crimes. But there's great stuff here. In fact, right about here, there's a Spanish restaurant that I really love. Great tapas. I went on a lot of dates there, right? That was definitely a winner. But this is not EPCOT. And here's why this is not EPCOT, okay? Because this is not part of Disney and this is not part of Reedy Creek. When they built this property, they removed it from the boundaries of Reedy Creek, which means that city they promised with real residents isn't there because they removed it specifically so no voters would be within Reedy Creek. And where, how do I know that? Because if you look at the comprehensive plan of Reedy Creek, and I'll show you how this is their own words. This is Reedy Creek's own words here. Nearly 5,000 acres of the district were de-annexed to Osceola County for the development of Celebration, a neo-traditional community containing housing, recreation, and employment centers. De-annexed. That's a fancy legal word for removed, right? It is a word for removed. And if you go over here, you can see these are the different entities, right? In Celebration, this is a map. It is put out by Celebration. You can find it on the Celebration website. And this contains all the different properties. And actually, this is the more updated one for Enterprise. I'm going to talk about Enterprise in a second. But the Celebration Community Development District is the government that governs this. Now, it is trying to become a city. They're not dense enough for there to be a city yet. They tried in the past. They may be more dense enough for a city in the future, but they're not yet an actual city. They actually contract with Osceola County to provide a lot of services. But they control the residents, the real voters, people who live here, control the purple area. So purple is controlled by real people. People I worked with. People I worked with on a regular basis. The yellow is controlled by the Homeowners Association. Gray, which is really just a very limited area kind of in the downtown, is controlled by the Condo Association. And the red, which actually is expanded over, the red now is over in this purple, that's controlled by Enterprise Community Development District. What is that? That is what controls the commercial property and public facilities. And it is entirely controlled by Disney and will never be controlled by anybody but Disney. So even though they de-annexed it, they still wanted to have the community buy the mouse droppings, right? They wanted to make sure that they could control them. So all of the water, stormwater facilities, those are run by Enterprise. So the city is dependent on the mouse, on TCC, the celebration company, which is Disney. So they have them by the hooks. And you can see here in this map of what Enterprise owns. And this is Disney. Remember, Disney owns this. They de-annexed this land. They removed it from Reedy Creek. See, look up here. This is Reedy Creek. This is the Reedy Creek boundary. This is what it's supposed to, the city is supposed to be up here, north of this. Instead, they de-annex this and Disney controls this. By the way, one of my favorite places, the Chick-fil-A, where my mouse is right now. Okay, well, my mouse just duplicated. But where my mouse is right now, kind of over here in the corner, that's where the Chick-fil-A is. I really love that Chick-fil-A. Also, I spent a lot of time at the Five Guys here. I really like the Five Guys there. It really is a lot. It really is good. So that's the issue with Celebration. And here's the difference between the powers given to Reedy Creek versus Celebration. So here we have the founding ordinance, which went to the state, right? For Celebration. This is the document that founded Celebration in 1994, okay? This document tells you what powers Celebration has. And if you scroll down here, scroll down, it's going to tell you what powers they have. Let's compare and contrast the powers of Celebration versus the powers of Disney. Remember, there were like 90 pages of powers. 90 pages of powers for Disney with Reedy Creek. Look what Celebration has. Look how powerful this district is. Look what it can do. It can, the state confers the power to plan, construct, operate, maintain basic services, basic, such as potable water, which is drinking water, sewer, reuse, effluent reuse, which is turning pee into irrigation water. So they turn your pee into water they can use to water plants. That's reuse water. Make no mistake. Gray water. Some people call it gray water. Cruise ships use it a lot, by the way. Surface water management. That's like ponds and lakes. Roadways, bridges, streetlights, recreational improvements, fire prevention, mosquito control, and solid waste. This is it. This is all. These are all of their powers. Look at how powerful they are. Where's the airport? Where's the helicopter pad? Where's the monorail? Where's the people mover? Where's nuclear fission? Where's experimental technology? Where's industry? Where's novel ideas? Where's all of that? This place has none of the powers of Reedy Creek because it's outside. It had to ask for its own powers. And any district that goes and seeks these powers under Florida law, which you can find under Chapter 190 of the Florida statutes, these powers are very basic. They're like to sue and be sued, to set up an office, right? These are not the Disney level powers. Celebration is not EPCOT. It does not have the power of EPCOT or the strength of EPCOT. It is not Walt's vision, and it is outside of Reedy Creek. Therefore, Reedy Creek had every reason to be mooted, had every reason to be removed, and was reason alone. Forget about First Amendment, forget about all that. The government needs one reason, and this is more than one reason. This is many reasons. The fact that they went and removed it shows they intended to never build a city. Because they were always dangling that carrot, right? They were always dangling that carrot. The fact that they've done that shows that intent is gone. This video has been a clip of a previous live stream, and it's clipped so you can get the information in a shorter, compact package, the information you need. If you want the full video, the whole context, the whole thing, you can check out the full stream. That is in the link below. Check that out, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.